Hello class, I wanted to make a video for your final project, just kind of explaining a few things for what we're going to be doing. And I actually had a video before, but then I realized I made the wrong video because for this class we are doing the field experience portion. So I kind of wanted to explain that. So what we're going to be doing, there's basically two portions of your critical task. You have the mini lessons that we're going to create throughout the course, and they're broken up into 3 milestones. And then you're going to have field experience. So for the field experience, you're going to want to reach out to fieldexperience@snu.edu. If you already have a place in mind, that's great. You just have to get it approved by them. If you are not sure of a place and need help being placed, please contact them right away. So that should be the first thing you want to do in the first week. With winter breaks, many schools, I would say most schools having a winter break, you probably won't be able to get in until they come back in mid-January or beginning of January, I guess not mid-January. I know over here they start back the 3rd, but I know all places are different. So, but you'll want to reach out to Field Experience right away to make sure you have a school all set up. So basically, I'll talk first about the mini lessons, and then I'll talk about the field experience portion. So for the mini lessons, and I'll show you the template we're going to use, and we'll be talking about these a lot, but we're going to focus on the main 6 pillars of literacy, which are phonics, phonemic awareness, vocabulary, fluency, writing, and comprehension. So you'll be making a mini lesson, creating a mini lesson for each of those areas. And like I said, we're going to split those up into 3 milestones. So we'll be doing those along the way. Now, a mini lesson, we'll be talking about this as well. A mini lesson is kind of exactly what it says. It's a mini lesson. I would say they can take anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes. It's a very quick, very engaging lesson where students, I love doing mini lessons because I felt like that, they're so short, but as long as you pack them with, engaging interactive activities, the students are going to walk away with, a quality lesson and remembering things. Because I felt like, if I would take this lesson and draw it out between an hour, those young students, they're going to lose attention and they're not going to be able to engage as much as they could, where with a mini lesson, it's a lot different. So that's what I used when I taught. I did mini lessons. So I'm going to show you the template really quick here. And like I said, we're going to be looking at this throughout the course. So you'll basically put your Common Core C standards. If your state does not use the C standards Common Core, you can use yours. The grade level, the learner outcomes, and we're going to basically, pre-K through 2nd to 3rd as well. So you can pick any early childhood grade to do your observations in. You're going to do a targeted skill, targeted strategy, and we'll talk more about these things, materials, anticipatory set. So you'll see this is very similar to a lesson plan, but it's a lot more condensed, which you'll see right here. So what are your procedures, any type of assessment? Now, sometimes with mini lessons, it might just be an observation that you're assessing. An observation, you might have a quick little booklet, a reading checklist booklet, a quick little exit slip. So definitely an informal assessment. And then some type of closure. And your exit ticket could be used as an informal assessment as well, and any modification. So just, it's basically a condensed lesson plan is what it is. Now, the other thing I want to talk to you about is your field experience. And this is the reflection portion. So when you turn in your final project, you're going to have your 6 mini lessons. You have an introduction and then the reflection portion. And that's basically talking about your field experience. Now, on your 6th lesson you'll create is your comprehension mini lesson. This one you will be teaching it. Now, this is where, I don't want to say it can get a little tricky, but for your field experience, ideally, we want you to have 10 full hours. We want you to be in the classroom 8 times. On your last visit, if it is okay with the teacher you're with, you can teach that comprehension lesson, and then you'll reflect on it. And I'm going to kind of switch over to this right here. And if the teacher is not okay with you teaching a mini lesson, or it's not going to work out, then you can video yourself making the mini lesson. But you still have to do the field experience. You still have to go in 8 times, and I'll kind of show you the login. Oh, here's the form too, the login. So you still need to go 8 times, and you still need to get your 10 hours total. So at least 8. If you need to do more visits, that's fine. But like I said, if you go in 8 hours, a little over an hour each time, you have your 10 hours. Like I said, so if you don't feel comfortable teaching that lesson on that last one, or the teacher's not okay with it, you will have to video yourself. So if you are in the classroom teaching the comprehension lesson, you do not have to video yourself in the classroom. You just have to answer the reflection questions from teaching the mini lesson in the classroom. So I hope that makes sense. But if you decide not to teach the mini lesson in the classroom, you will make a video of it and attach that video here with the mini lesson reflection. And you can also talk about, I know when I remember having to do something similar to this, and you might have this mini lesson and you think, oh, it's going to take, a good 15 minutes, and you do it. And I know it doesn't take as long sometimes when you're talking to yourself or whatever, and you fly through the questions, you're like, oh, that was like 3 minutes. So those are some things you could reflect when you video yourself teaching it. And I know it's sometimes can be different because, you don't have the students right there, but just kind of going through each part of, what would you ask and things that could come up. So I hope that kind of makes sense. I know it's a little confusing there. So basically you have your field experience that you need to get set up with a teacher, and make sure you reach out to fieldexperience@snu.edu. And you need to have your 10 hours total, and you can log in your visits here. The date, time, the teacher's signature as well. And I'll talk about at the end how you can upload that as well, but that won't be till the end of the course. And then these are when you do your reflection, which will be in Module 8. So you need to timeline, make sure you have everything, your 10 hours done by Module 8. Or 8 or 9, right there at the end. Those are the questions. You might ask the teacher a few questions. You can kind of look through those before you're going in. And then here's the rubric for the questions and the reflection portion of it. So I kind of hope that makes sense. Like I said, I'll be talking with you throughout the course as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.